How many times during a NASCAR race do you hear this term, dirty air? My guess, at least in the Gen 7 era, would be a lot because it's very true and it's very relevant. These cars produce a lot of wake or dirty air behind them. And today, we're going to talk about it. During Tech Talk, we're going to talk about what dirty air is and why they talk about it so much and how it affects the race cars as well. So, what even is dirty air? Well, dirty air is actually the turbulent air that comes off of the back of a race car. This affects the handling of the trailing car and makes passing way more difficult. Okay, so let's put this into a scenario real quick. Say you're watching the race and your guy is in 12th coming up on the 11th place car and you see that they are catching them like in a hurry. And then all of a sudden they stall out and you can't figure out why. It probably has a lot to do, at least in this car, with dirty air. And the reason for that is because the air that guy is experiencing is disturbing his race car. And when they say that, what they're talking about is the difference in the front, like you see the clear lines going over the nose of the race car versus the lines coming off the back of the race car. That's the wake. So that's what your car is approaching or driving into. And what it does is it disrupts the grip and the downforce and the air that's supposed to be coming over the nose to provide that downforce and grip, and it doesn't do it. So whenever he gets behind him, he becomes aerotight, or you get a push, or vice versa, pick your definition, and that's what slows that car down. And all of a sudden, they're stuck in 12th for the whole run, and you're sitting there frustrated, like, why can't he get by this guy? Well, it has everything to do with aerodynamics and exactly what this picture is showing, the difference between the clean air in front of the race car and the dirty air behind the race car. So this is why through turns, you'll see a lot of guys start going high, low, or whatever, and the announcers will say they're trying to find grip. Well, that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to get out of that wake and find grip for their race car so they can get around that person and keep making a charge towards the front. So let's clear the air before we get too much farther, so to speak. Dirty air occurs mostly in turns, and it happens a lot on intermediate tracks, like 1.5 miles, anything that's super fast and it includes turning. This is not Daytona or Talladega. That's totally different. Whenever one car approaches another on a straightaway, it's drafting. And that's where that whole punch through the air is actually beneficial to the trailing car because it's less drag on their car and they can really suck up behind them and push them to the front. So let's recap. Dirty air is the turbulent air that comes off the back of a race car. This in turn affects the trailing car because it affects their car's ability to make grip or overall downforce because, as you can see in the picture above, the air, instead of being streamlined, is very disturbed. So there's no overall grip for the car behind them. This leads guys to search for grip or go high or low or basically just out of the way of the other car, out of the wake of the car in front of them to try to make a pass. And that, my friends, is dirty air.